Ramazan, 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 Ramazan.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم صل على سيدنا مولانا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وبارك وسلم صلاة وسلام عليك يا سيدي يا رسول الله. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. You're watching Sehri Time with Dr. Nisar Ahmed Marfani live on ITV at this time and on the beautiful day of the 25th of Ramadan 1440 Hijri. Alhamdulillah. As we spoke yesterday as well, we had amongst us such a beautiful personality, Hazrat Qibla Muhammad Sayyid Muhammad Yusuf Shahab Chishti Qadri from Sabri Chishti Society, Lenesia and Orange Farm. Alhamdulillah, he is with us once again today. Hazrat, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi
wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Dear viewers, you know, yesterday we spoke about the last 10 days of Ramadan, and the Sehri time is very hard to get up from your sleep if you are sleeping, and these odd nights and then the last 10 days of Ramadan, people are more busy towards the ibadah, and also our family, our women, our mothers and sisters, they're busy preparing food also, and they give a lot of charity in the month of Ramadan. Why I'm saying charity? Because our today's topic is charity. I mean, today's topic is zakat, one of the most important pillar of Islam. And beautiful verse from Quran Majid I will recite. Quran says, Subhanallah, wa aqimus salata wa atu zakah wa ma tuqaddimu li anfusikum min khairin tajiduhu indallah inna Allah bima ta'maluna basir. Subhanallah, such a beautiful verse of Quran. And then Hazrat will explain on that inshallah after I'll finish my Naat Sharif. Let's read through the Pak. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Maulana Muhammad an-Nabi al-Ummi al-Habib al-Ali al-Qadi azim al-Jah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa barik wa sallim.
وہ سوئے لازار پھرتے ہیں وہ سوئے لازار پھرتے ہیں وہ سوئے جو تیرے در سے یار پھرتے ہیں جو تیرے در سے یار پھرتے ہیں در بدر یوں ہی ہر چراغ مزار پر قدسی ہر چراغ مزار پر قدسی کیسے پروان نوار پھرتے ہیں 70,000 صبح ہے 70,000 شام یوں بندگی زلف و رخ آٹھوں پہر کی ہے لاکھوں قدسی ہیں کام خدمت پہ یا رسول اللہ یا حبیب اللہ لاکھوں قدسی ہیں کام خدمت پہ لاکھوں گردے مزار پھرتے ہیں اور اس گلی کا گدا ہوں میں جس میں اس گلی کا गदा हूँ मैं जिसमें मांगते ताजदार फेरते हैं। कोई क्यों पूछे तेरी बात रज़ा, कोई क्यों पूछे तेरी बात रज़ा, तुझसे कुत्ते हजार हेते हैं।
Okay, so Alhamdulillah, today's topic we are going to discuss with Hazrat Qibla Sayyid Muhammad Yusuf Sahab Chishti Savri, Damat Qadmutsiya, and today's topic is zakat. So Hazrat, I want to ask you, what is zakat and what is the meaning of zakat?
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Zakat literally means to increase or to cleanse.
Okay.
But in the Sharia of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, it is that fixed amount of wealth that has to be given to the less fortunate after a specific period.
Okay.
After the passing of 12 months in
Okay.
your ownership, the excess amount of wealth that has to be given to the poor is referred to as zakat.
Okay.
And zakat in the Sharia of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is just as compulsory as salah. As salah is compulsory 5 times a day,
True.
Hajj is compulsory once in a lifetime, zakat is
Every
compulsory
year.
annually.
Annual.
You don't have to give zakat monthly,
But
but
annually.
annually you have to give zakat.
Okay.
And obviously in the Sharia there is a prescribed amount of wealth that has to be given. There are conditions
Okay.
upon whom the zakat is compulsory to give.
Okay. Okay.
There are conditions of whom are the recipients of zakat as well.
Okay.
What is the benefit of zakat is that it does not allow a person to hoard his wealth all the time.
Okay.
It allows the lesser fortunate Muslim community to develop themselves up.
Okay.
These are some of the benefits of zakat.
Okay.
And in order for a person to be liable to pay zakat, the hadith is quite distinct that there are certain conditions which makes a person liable as a giver of zakat.
Okay.
Firstly, he has to be a Muslim,
Okay.
sane, meaning of insane person owns
Okay,
wealth, there's no
definitely,
zakat,
yeah.
matured,
Okay.
there's no zakat on an infant, on a child that even possesses wealth.
Okay.
He has to be a free person, not a slave,
Okay.
a free Muslim. And lastly, he has to be the owner of the wealth which is termed as Nisab in his possession for 1 year.
Okay.
For 12 lunar
Months.
months that he owns that wealth.
Okay.
And that the Nisab, if he owns that Nisab for 12 months, zakat becomes compulsory
So
upon
in
him.
other words, if a person becomes Sahib Nisab, the day he will become a Sahib Nisab, that will be the first day, and now the next year will be counted on the same day he has to come back again after. 12.
Exactly.
Okay.
Sometimes we find, lots of people find it convenient to give their zakat in the month of Ramadan.
Right.
It is always a great blessing
To take
to
out
take
zakat.
out zakat in the month of Ramadan, but a person has to calculate that if he is giving his zakat past the due date, that the lunar month has passed before the commencement of Ramadan, then he was liable for those days or months that had passed before Ramadan had approached.
Okay.
So he'll have to calculate the zakat for 1 year plus that other months that
Okay.
has lapsed.
Okay.
People do it because they are encouraged to give charity more in Ramadan for the multiple rewards that a person
100%.
earns.
And that was my another question. Yeah.
That is the reason the Muslims usually do it in the month of Ramadan for the multiple rewards that is earned by giving charity, by doing any act in the month of Ramadan. The Almighty Allah is so merciful that He multiplies the rewards of an individual multifold.
Okay.
We find ahadiths to this extent.
Okay.
But this is basically the principle of giving the zakat.
Okay, the question arises here. If a person has 5 family members in the family, and all of them are aqil and baligh, for example, the father and the mother and 3 children, they are all aqil and baligh, but the children have got some of the saving which the father and mother they gave them as a gift. Like, you know, on Eid day someone give, and then on the day of like birthday, sometimes they give the gold chain or something like that. If they become sahib and nisab, is it compulsory for them to take out their own zakat, or still the father or mother can take out the zakat on their behalf?
If they are matured Muslims, they are
Right.
the owner of nisab,
Right.
zakat is compulsory upon them, upon the individual.
But can the father and mother take out on their behalf?
From their wealth,
Yes.
if it with their consent, with their permission,
They can.
it would be dispersed.
Okay, subhanallah. And what about the hadith mubarakah and the Quran and Majid says about taking out the zakat in any specific verse from the one I read?
Yeah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it distinct that salah has become compulsory upon you, like zakat has become compulsory upon you. And this is, in reality, a person should understand that if he is a giver of zakat, he is a representative of the Almighty Allah. He is holding the amana, the trust of the poor in his hands.
Okay, subhanallah.
This should be understood that Allah has made me the hand which is above, the giver.
Okay.
And the wealth, it belongs to the poor, but it's in trust in my hands. And Almighty Allah had made me the giver of zakat.
Right.
And to fulfill this duty as an amana, a trust from the Almighty Allah, is a great duty upon a Muslim.
Okay. And who is liable to get zakat? Who is eligible?
The Quran is distinct on this in Surah Tawbah, verse 60. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes distinct. إنما الصدقات للفقراء والمساكين والعاملين عليها والمعلفة القلوب وفي الرقاب والغارمين في سبيل الله وابن السبيل. That these are the categories of people who are the recipients of zakat.
Okay, Hazrat, inshallah, sorry I'm interrupting you. We have to go for a short break. And once we'll be back, we'll continue with this. And then inshallah, we'll commence with question answer sessions. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
Ramadan, Ramadan, Ramadan. Ramadan, Ramadan, Ramadan.
Dear viewers, welcome back. A beautiful topic of zakat we are discussing, and let me tell you, we have another session of zakat as well. So inshallah, Hazrat was talking about those who are eligible to get zakat. Hazrat, you were talking about one of the verse of Quran. Please, can you continue from there?
Yes, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. The verse of the Quran had made it distinct that there are different categories of people who are eligible or the recipients of zakat. إِنَّمَا الصَّدَقَاتُ لِلْفُقَرَاءِ. That verily, sadaqah in this verse by the majority of the ulama is referred to as is zakat.
Allah.
The recipients are the fuqara,
Subhanallah.
those that have completely nothing. They are the first priority.
Okay.
Masakin, the extremely poor person that has a meal for now but not the next
one.
meal.
Yeah.
Well, amilina alayha, those persons who are appointed to go and collect the zakat from the people who are at distance, they would be paid from the zakat money, though they would be eligible, that they are also givers of zakat.
But because Allah has appointed them to take,
Amilina alayha,
subhanallah.
they are going to collect the zakat from the people to bring it to the Baytul Mal
Oh,
for distribution. So
Subhanallah.
they would be their activities would be as a responsibility for the ummah.
Okay. So,
Gharimin, the slave that has been freed, to give them as well. Amilina alayha, we had mentioned, is those people that are collecting the zakat, the freed slaves. Wabna sabil, the person who is in the path of Allah.
subhanallah. Okay.
A person who is in the path of Allah.
Even if he's eligible to take out the zakat, but still if he's in the path of
In
Allah,
the
he can
path
take
of Allah, he is eligible to be a recipient of the zakat,
zakat. Not the donor.
not the donor. Or be it a stranded Haji. A person
Stranded.
who went for Hajj stranded, cannot return home,
He can take
he
this.
can take zakat. or be the scholars who are in the path of Allah,
They can.
seeking knowledge.
Subhanallah.
They are in the path of Allah. They are not working to get a payment for the work that they are doing. They are seeking the knowledge. So to provide from them is basically the responsibility of the ummah to give them
Subhanallah.
the zakat.
Okay, Hazrat, and what makes the person Sahib Nisab? Because this was actually the first question I was supposed to ask you in the initial talk. What makes the person Sahib Nisab?
Sahib Nisab is that person who owns excess wealth of, in the terms of the ahadith, 612.36 grams of silver,
Okay.
or 84.48 grams of gold, or cash to that value. Whatever is lesser in value would make him the owner of nisab.
Okay,
So it will be for the advantage of the poor.
it's true.
Whatever is lesser in value would be the nisab, and that has to be in a person's possession for 12 lunar months.
Okay.
And that would make him now compulsory upon him that he is referred to as Sahib Nisab.
Nisab. Those TVs, bedroom suites, dining tables, crockery, and all these stuff, do they count as a part of that Nisab now?
No.
Extra
no.
wealth.
Extra wealth, excess wealth in terms of gold, silver, or cash.
Okay, and will it be taken out on the gross income of your entire year, or it will be on the savings?
On the savings that a person possesses.
Possessive. Okay, possessive. Okay. And Huzur, I want to ask you a very important question I have received from one of my friend. Like in Indo-Pak, in subcontinent, people come across with these type of people who are not earning much. They don't have even the capability of earning much, and they are actually eligible to take the zakat. But when you go and give them zakat, they say, hey, no, we don't want zakat money from you. We want lillah. Give us the purified money. So why they act like this? Is it not permissible? They have to, isn't? They are eligible to get the zakat from them.
Look, one is fatwa and the other one is taqwa.
Taqwa.
So those are the people that have the consciousness.
Safed posh people.
Yes,
Okay.
they do not want to be as a recipient of the zakat wealth.
Okay.
They feel it is for the categories above them.
Okay.
It is for the fuqara, masakin. It is for them and not for them who are just making, as we say, ends meet.
Okay.
And they would feel it belittling their status if you're giving them that.
Okay.
So hence it is of personal choice.
Okay.
But it is also, at this point, it should be pointed out, it is not necessary for the giver to make mention to the recipient that I'm giving you zakat.
Is it not compulsory?
No.
Okay.
In fact, in Sharia, it is preferable that a person does not make it known to the recipient. It is a form of belittling them.
Okay.
And that is why it is also better to give charity, to give zakat to family members whom you know who are not of your standard, who are having it difficult,
Okay.
without belittling them in public, giving it to them secrecy, privately, is more rewarding.
Okay. And Hazrat, recently I visited Malawi for my Naat programs, and I came across with one of a very different question which I never even thought of, and a person brought into my attention. He said to me, our Muslim people amongst the community, they travel the world throughout the year. When they find any holiday, they travel. From my opinion, he was saying, that money they spend on the travel expenses, whatever the money they use, they should also compile that amount which they have already spent, and they should add on their savings and take out the zakat on the top of that amount which they have in their custody. Also the amount they used while they were in Dubai or whatever they traveled to. Why they want to travel when they have enough amount? They should rather take out zakat on that amount. Why can't they don't take out that amount? So it clicked in my mind. So I said, let me ask, it's the right time to ask you, what you think? Should they add that amount into their savings?
Look, the Sharia does not demand them to do that. It is
Sharia.
of saving because they are utilizing the money.
But is it not israf?
It is israf on their end, but would not fit under the category
of zakat.
because
Okay.
it is spent.
Okay.
Zakat is your possession.
Okay.
That is what it makes upon the nisab.
Okay.
It is in your possession. Once it is spent, is no longer in your possession.
Right. So now, will they be liable on the day of judgment will they be answerable on the day of judgment that why you spend that much amount when you saw your neighbors are still thirsty, they are still waiting for the food to be given to them, but you know that you are wealthy enough. So you travel the world, but you took out the zakat only on the amount which you had at your home. Will they be answerable or no? It's fine, they can travel.
No, definitely you would be answerable, because the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam has taught us that a Muslim is not a Muslim if he eats his stomach full and his neighbor does not have anything to eat there.
True.
So this is one of the conditions that we need to, that's why we say charity begins at home.
Charity begins at home. Subhanallah. Hazrat, Jazakallah. Dear viewers, you see the time has elapsed already, and we don't have enough time to continue, but inshallah, I will conclude this program with the quote of the day from Huzur Hazrat Qibla Sayyid Muhammad Yusuf Sahab after my Naat Sharif, inshallah. Let's read through the Pak. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad an Nabiyyil Ummil Habibil Alil Qadir Azim al Jawa ala alihi wa ashabihi wa barik wasallim.
زمین میلی نہیں ہوتی، زمن میلا نہیں ہوتا، زمین میلی نہیں ہوتی، زمن میلا نہیں ہوتا، زمین میلی میلا نہیں ہوتا، محمد کے غلاموں کا کفن میلا نہیں ہوتا، محمد کے غلاموں کا کفن میلا نہیں ہوتا، جو نام مصطفیٰ چومے نہیں دکھتی کبھی آنکھیں، جو نام مصطفیٰ چومے نہیں دکھتی کبھی آنکھیں، پہن لے پیار جو ان کا بدن میلا نہیں ہوتا، پہن لے پیار جو ان کا بدن میلا نہیں ہوتا، محمد کے غلاموں کا کفن میلا نہیں ہوتا، اور گلوں کو چوم لیتے ہیں سحر نم شبنمی قطرے، گلوں کو چوم لیتے ہیں سحر نم شبنمی قطرے، نبی کی نعت سن لے تو چمن میلا نہیں ہوتا، محمد کے غلاموں کا کفن میلا نہیں ہوتا، اور میں نازا تو نہیں فن پہ مگر ناصر یہ دعویٰ ہے، ثنائے مصطفیٰ کرنے سے فن میلا نہیں ہوتا، ثنائے مصطفیٰ کرنے سے فن میلا نہیں ہوتا، محمد کے غلاموں کا کفن میلا نہیں ہو
So inshallah we'll take the quote of the day from Hazrat Qibla Allama Maulana Sayyid Muhammad Yusuf Sahab. Hazrat, what are you going to say?
Look, since we have discussed the topic of zakat, on closing I would say that charity is something that cleanses one's wealth.
Subhanallah.
And in reality, when one gives out charity, you enjoy the giving instead of being a receiver.
Okay.
The pleasantness that a giver experiences is not the same as the receiver. So we make dua to the Almighty Allah to give us the ability to be amongst the givers at all times.
Ameen summa ameen. And with these beautiful words of wisdom, inshallah, we'll see you tomorrow, the 25th of Ramadan. Definitely a big day. And tonight is going to be one of the odd nights, inshallah, we'll be having. And remember one thing, tomorrow we'll be having one of the giant personalities of Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah, none other than Hazrat Allama Sayyid Muhammad Jilani Ashraf. And the topic will be parents, and he will be giving us his speech in Urdu, inshallah. And we'll be having a question and answer session with him. Till tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
Ramazan, 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 Ramazan. Ramazan, Ramazan, Ramazan.